so we're now going to talk about the pieces of gold that came out from 2016 for movies, and I'm going to talk about my honorable mentions first before I get to the best movies. I got 20 best movies. But first off, the honorable mentions, The Revenant, which is actually a 2015 movie, but I didn't get to see it until 2016 because that's when the wide release came out, and it was a really, really good movie. Leonardo DiCaprio's movie that finally got him the Best Actor nomination, and he was really great in it. Tom Hardy is really good. Domhnall Gleeson is great in the movie as well. It was just a really awesome movie, and what's such a great revenge tale. You got Don't Breathe from the guy that did the Evil Dead remake, along with Jane Levy, and this movie was awesome. You got Stephen Lang, the guy that should be playing Cable in Deadpool 2. I don't know if he's going to be cast as Cable, but I hope he is. And he is awesome in this movie as this blind man that kicks ass against these 3 young kids that are breaking into his home, and it's just such a good movie. The Jungle Book is also on my list. The live action version, directed by Jon Favreau, is a really awesome movie. The animals look so real in this film, and it was just a really good movie. I really did like it. Idris Elba does a great job as Shere Khan. You got Bill Murray as Baloo, and Scarlett Johansson as the Snake Ka. It was just a really good movie. Christopher Walken as the orangutan, King Louie. That was really cool. I didn't think it was going to be a good choice for that role, but he was really good in it. Okay, so next up we got Queen of Katwe, which is about this African girl that is very good at playing chess and how that changes her life and all. And that was a really good movie. I really did like this movie. And David Oyelowo's in this film. He was really good as the chess coach. And the movie itself is just really, really good. I really did like this film. Viggo Mortensen's Captain Fantastic, which also stars Annalise Basso, and it is a movie about this guy that lives in the wilderness with his family. He finds out that his wife dies and his children want to go to the funeral, but the in-laws don't want him there, and if he goes there he could lose custody to his children, but he decides to go anyway because his children want to go to the funeral and want to say goodbye to their mother. And it was just a really nice, touching movie, a good fish out of water movie, because these kids have never really seen the outside world. They've only been raised up in the wilderness, really, and they're coming to the outside world for the first time, and it was a really good movie. And at the end of the movie there's this nice scene where one of the daughters, played by Susan Eisler, is singing the song Sweet Child of Mine along with the rest of the family, and it was just such a nice scene and such a good movie. I really did like it. The next movie on my honorable mention list is The Accountant, a action movie starring Ben Affleck and John Bernthal. Anna Kendrick is in this film too, and it's just a really, really good movie. I really did like this movie. It's kind of like the closest you get to see the new Batman going up against the new Punisher. And that's just awesome to have the Punisher and the new Batman in the same film, even though they're not playing their comic book characters. It's just still awesome seeing them together and seeing them fighting against each other, and it was just really cool. Hacksaw Ridge, the Andrew Garfield war film, was really good in the movie too, and you got Mel Gibson directing it, and it was just a really, really good movie. Andrew Garfield plays this military medic that doesn't want to hold a gun in World War II, and it was just really, really good. I really did like it. Okay, we got Warren Beatty's film on I forgot the name of the character he was playing. Rules Don't Apply, which stars Alden Ehrenreich and Lily Collins and Warren Beatty, and we got Matthew Broderick in the film. And this was a really, really good movie. I already did like this movie. It's set in the 1950s and 1960s. It's a nice time period piece, and Alden Ehrenreich and Lily Collins are really good in the movie. They have great romantic chemistry in this film. Warren Beatty is very good in the movie too, and Matthew Broderick is pretty good, even though his character is kind of creepy. And I just really did like this movie. Loving, directed by Jack Nichols, starring Joel Edgerton and Ruth Negga. A movie about this interracial couple that's trying to stay together during the segregation times, and they're living in the state of Virginia. The state of Virginia doesn't like them being together, so they decide to get married in Washington, D.C. And they want to live in Virginia because their family's there, but the state of Virginia doesn't recognize their marriage and doesn't like the fact that Ruth's character ends up having a child from this marriage, so they end up moving to Pennsylvania, but then eventually they end up coming back to Virginia. And it was just a really good movie. They end up taking their case to the Supreme Court and changing history, and it's just such a good movie. I really did like that movie. Okay, Manchester by the Sea, Casey Affleck's best performance. A really good movie. You got Michelle Williams in this film, who's awesome in it too, and just a good, very good movie about loss. How much better movie about loss than Collateral Beauty was. Yeah, this was just a really good movie, and I like how Massachusetts is shown in this movie. The Atlantic Ocean really smells good when you're watching this movie because you almost feel like you're next to the ocean in this movie, and it was just such a good movie. It's a sad movie too because of the loss that's in this film when you find out that Casey Affleck's character's brother dies in the film, and he's got to deal with that loss, and he's got to deal with possibly getting custody of his nephew, or whether or not the custody of the nephew will go to the nephew's mother or not. And it was just such a good movie. Okay, Seth Rogen's animated film Sausage Party, which is for adults, not for kids. This was a really good movie. It's not a movie for everybody though. There was, I think, a couple critics that didn't like it, but I liked this movie a lot. It was really, really funny, and Seth Rogen is hilarious in this film. Ed Norton is in this film. He's great in the movie. There's a villain in this movie that is a douche, which is hilarious. And it's just a really funny movie. Okay, Pixar's new movie, Finding Dory, the sequel to Finding Nemo, is a really good movie. I really did like this movie. You got Ellen DeGeneres back again as the fish that's absent-minded, and she's the one that gets lost in this movie, and it's a really good movie. She's trying to find her parents, and Nemo and Marlin are trying to find her, and it's just a really good movie. I really did like this movie, and you got Ed O'Neill, Al Bundy playing a octopus in this movie, which is hilarious. And the final movie on my honorable mention list is The Birth of a Nation. A really good movie about a slave rebellion. It was such a good movie. I really did like this movie. Definitely check out The Birth of a Nation. It was a really, really good film.